Hey y'all, it's Jessie Kalen, your empathic mirror to your soul, and your brother in arms in the war for peace. And this is your weekly energy oracle card reading for the week of May 8th. I'm so bad with numbers. May 7th in 2018. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can buy 10 minutes of my time for $10. It's essentially $1 a minute. I do it in 10-minute intervals. And so, all of that information will be down below, PayPal or Venmo, preferably speaking. We have deals on Patreon if you want to become a monthly supporter. There are benefits to that. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook for daily card pulls and more random posts, more posts on Facebook, definitely a card every day on Instagram, but Instagram is a story, and every once in a while you will see an opportunity for a free personal single card pull and channeled message. All right, so this week I am going to be using The Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish and Selena Fenech, and I'm not holding up the boxes. Also, so I will be using this deck for the general weekly, the whole collective, and then as a trial and error, or perhaps just trial, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be doing a pick your spread. I already have 3 piles here with one card from 3 different decks, and every deck I've decided to use this week is actually very lighthearted, or at least that's the feeling. Like, there are some decks that I'm drawn to when it's like severity mode, and you know what, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm drawn to these decks for that reason. It's all context, it's all energy, it's all the reason why these decks were chosen was because they have a capacity for lightheartedness. But my angels are laughing at me because technically they all do. Okay. So anyway, I'll be doing the general reading right here, and then I'll tilt you down to choose your spread, and then I'll just keep it down and do the readings that way. The Unicorn and the Maiden. Communication with Unicorn, purification, undercover action. A lot of us, the veil is lifting, y'all. The veil is lifting. We are getting closer and closer to Christ consciousness as an entire species every day. The walls of limited thinking are breaking down. You can see it in artwork all the time, V for Vendetta and The Matrix, and it's just like, this world is not what it's not what we believe it is. And we are waking up to that and claiming our own personal power in this magical land. All right? So, the purification, the communication, definitely with influencers and beings of love, both shadow and light. Fairy lovers, new love, courtship, romance, falling in love. All right. We'll get to the channel messages in a little bit. This is just good stuff. I'm very child of the moon, forgiveness, transcending of the ego. That is literally Christ consciousness. It's not about me and my little existence. We are all one. We are all connected. Transcend the ego. Oh, and we got 2 overall tones. Oh. Okay, so one just fell. Glimpse, indigo, rainbow, crystal, children, and beyond. And I have a feeling like I'm supposed to bow for this next message, hence cry for nature. Mourning for something sacred which seems lost. Again, this is that you'll hear me talk about that puberty that people experience with change, right? And what a beautiful message for this week with this card is that we are crying for the control we don't have over the world. When we are sensitives, when you are indigo, children, crystal, when you get a glimpse of your true nature, and especially in the beginning stages of awakening, you just want to fix it all. We can't fix it all, but we can create magic. And I got tingles here and through my left middle finger. What does that mean? Not a fuck you. No. More like a power, like through the tallest tip of the extender of this phalange and limb combination of this physical world. Like just that energetic conduit of electricity. Yeah, so don't get too caught up in this. If you are in that wavelength, they are showing me the potential for downspins and choosing not to be purified in your soul, to have the veil lifted, to see things as they really are, to feel the presence of ethereal beings that live on other dimensions, but share the same earth that we do. Like on a different frequency, on a different channel of the same TV set, it's a completely fucking different world. All right. And we are in close proximity. We're just a channel away. And some of us can feel that static and feel through the static and be conduits of prophetic and divine wisdoms. Okay. And so some of us are going to be feeling that call this week. And like around the globe, we'll just say, if you don't identify, if that message doesn't resonate with you, no shame or blame in any game. Y'all, we're all in this ride together. Just take comfort in the fact that the people who are called to do this are taking the reins, and pray for them. Right? Do what you can in every single moment of every single day, but we are in this ego world, and the way to transcend the ego is to fall in love with your life. That's the rest of the connection of the cards here. So the fairy lovers, new love, courtship, romance, falling in love. Some of you may be hearing from somebody. Some of you may be really drawn to someone. The energies are very vibrant and magnetic, and so whatever you are ready for, whatever you are going toward and had been going toward and will be achieving at some point, time and space are non-linear, we're going to get a glimpse and we're going to get a taste and we're going to fall in love, and it's going to ignite us and inspire us and make us feel alive in the way that romance and sex are glorified to do. That ain't the only way, and nor is it the most important, to be quite honest. And just some love advice, because did you see the candle flicker? Just some love advice. No? Oh, okay. Sorry. Because they wiped my slate clean. I was going to get into it. Nothing. That thought, I think, was for me and for me alone. But that falling in love with life. Continue. That is what's going to help us do the child of the moon. Forgiveness and transcending of the ego. All right? Falling in love is going to help you. And again, I feel the need for some viewers out there going, attaching to the romantic love. That's not necessarily what we're talking about here. And until you do get more of an idea of what that is, of what true love is without the romance, then the romance would be fairly hollow. Okay? We're talking about feeling divinely connected with spirit, source, creator, universe, God, goddess, mother, father, energies, divine masculine, divine feminine, whatever you want to call them. We're feeling more connected to the flow of energy and the connection to matter, the projection of energy from our own selves to this world around us. There's going to be a very large download of understandings, and the sensitive people are going to feel that call. They're going to recognize who they are a little bit. I'm sensing a lot of people becoming aware of their abilities and knowing that they're special. The people who are drawn to my frequency and drawn to this channel, more likely than not, especially since I have few viewers at this point, and I kind of love that. And tomorrow's my first day going out to Pearl Street Mall and sitting in the open and doing basically street performance and street service, and I really look forward to that. But it's fascinating how connected we all are, and it's fascinating how the people drawn to me are people who got a glimpse. A glimpse is am I though? Am I? And I'm just like, yes, wake up. We all have these abilities, but those who had been curious for a while are really going to start tapping into their own power. And being alone is the only way to pay the price to the piper to get across the waters to the land which you seek. All right. That was from Spirit, and it's not going to be difficult for some people, and it's going to be very difficult for others. It all depends on your perspective. Are you comfortable being alone, or are you not? And if you're not, you best get comfortable and cry for the way that, and mourn and process the way that life was, but it's not that way anymore. They're throwing you to a different environment. You are becoming a different person, and it's really time to leave the old you behind if you're having a difficult time, because that's not really you. Try to see everything with a sense of adventure. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a hard time. If you do have a sense of adventure, if you're ready to take on this duty and feel sensitive and feel more in place with the universe and have a bit of an elevated moment, and if you decide to fall in love with yourself, with life, some of you may be hearing from old people, and some of you, I don't know if this is with the thought that they wiped clean. Divine timing in all things, I suppose. But those of you who are thinking about outreaching to someone, there's magnetism here. Hold on, I'm getting like a lot of, can we narrow it down to like 3 different scenarios? Okay, most of you are going to like zing in like a magnet and attach. And that's a really good thing. It's a really good thing. Some of you are going to be attracted to people or to ideas of things, and you're taking it as signs, and you're urged to follow your intuition. You know, you're kind of like stepping and taking the right steps because you're feeling that tug, you're feeling that magnetism. Don't choose to ignore that. And if you are in the smaller percentage that decides to dwell in the past and mourn, you're choosing not to transcend the ego. Most of us are not going to be very sad about this energy happening. We're going to be ready. We're going to be working. So that's, and I'm sorry, I looked at the artwork and the channeled message coming in is that what we do now is pouring energy back into the tree. It's pouring energy back into Gaia, back into the earth, surgences of love in any and all of their forms, including romance, though that is not the overall general feeling, but it is included. It is definitely included, but do not take away the weight of the severity of love when it comes in parent and child, and again with that just general connectedness. You can connect with strangers or just the sky or the birds or what have you, just being really, really turned on. And that's the kind of magnetic power that allows you to forgive and forget and move on and become pure and transcend your ego. Yeah. That's all I got for the general. That's really awesome. Well, the general. We're going to do a pick your spread here in a second. And yeah, I will take that reading. I'm really excited to see what happens. I love that love card in there. I love that magnetism about this week. Let's see what we're drawn to. Please leave me comments. What's your story? What are the signs coming in? What's the synchronicity? Okay, taking you downtown. All right. Is that all right? Yeah? Like, there. 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 Okay. So here we have stack 1, 2, and 3. Choose whichever one is drawing to you magnetically. Stack 1, stack 2, or stack 3. All right? Make your choice. And we will get started with group number 1 for the week of May 7th. Expansion. 7 of Cups along with Sacred Journey. Life cycles, family transformation. Let me sit with this a moment. All right, you need to expand beyond your normal way of thinking. Reason being is that there's another option with that 7 of Cups. What the 7 of Cups energy is all about is that you might be a little bit fixated on that which you are emotionally attached to. There's always another possibility. There's never just A or B or C. You know, there's all the way down to the end of the alphabet. This world is as infinite as you imagine it to be. So if you expand your way of thinking, you will open yourself up to a new world of possibility, and that requires the transformation that is so deep and so core. You may find, I wouldn't be surprised if people drawn to this spread have literally changed families and no longer associate with their blood families. And they found their vibe tribe, and that's their true family. It's that kind of transformation where you yourself are no longer the same to such a degree that I just realized this was here. It was not meant to be. It's legal where I'm at, y'all. Just saying. The life cycles, the family, the transformation. That transformation is very deep is the word, and now is the time to apply some cognizant effort toward it. All right? To release the outcome that you've been planning for so long and hard. And, okay, and there are snail shells, there are shells of slow-moving creatures embedded in the pathway, and what that tells me is that it's been a slow-moving process, and you don't quite see you don't know how much longer you have to go, you're curious. This is a free-floating island. You wouldn't even really be able to conceive of that or dare to take the risk before now. Yeah, it's time to get risky. It's time to do something you never would have done before. And this week might present some opportunity for you to do just that. Alrighty, group 1. Group 2. What do we have for you? We have loss, grief, sadness, resurrection, accompanied with 2 of Pentacles, and be true to your heart. This is a really lovely pairing of cards because this loss, life does not stop, does it? The 2 of Pentacles is an extremely busy, multitasking, learning card where you cannot put all of your attention to one thing, but so your grief for the transition, perhaps, of ascended way of thinking, if you've had some downloads and it caused some shifts in your physical reality that were heartbreaking and very difficult to go through, you know, life doesn't just stop when that stops. And so it's necessary for you to make a bit of a sacrifice and allow this loss, whatever your case may be, to take up less and less room in your mind. There's a lot you have to do yet. There's a calling that you have yet to finish. All right? And that requires you to be true to your heart. It's not a betrayal by any means. Sorry. To let go of what you've lost. That's part of the resurrection process. That's, you know, okay, it's gone. I'm that I am still me without it. I will rise with a bit more space. And what that space provides is your heart's calling. Your, again, with that magnetism tied with the general. It's your heart can radiate a little bit more when you fully process, and that's what I'm feeling. It's like this week a pressure is lifted off. The grief is lifted a little bit because you have stuff to do and nothing is forever, not life, not grief. You know, everything has its stages, and I'm really feeling like there might be some release of that grief because you got stuff to do. There's a calling, and it's okay. Everything has a time and a place, and it's okay to set things down and become you renewed. And did you just see that light? Did you see the brightness with renewed? All right, we'll take it. We will take it. Group 3. Oh, and thank you. Goodbye if you're done watching. I should have said that after group 1. Like, you don't know. It's tagged. It's not part of my muscle memory yet, but I think it will be. All right, what do we have? Okay, and okay. Group 3. Y'all need to step up. Step to the plate. Swing, bada, swing. Okay, we have King of Wands, fresh approach, and apprehension. Moving out into the world, doubt, fear. Take a fresh approach to your fears. What is it that scares you the most? Is it being vulnerable? Is it trying out for the corporate softball team? I don't care. Whatever is keeping you from achieving something that would make you happy. You know, you need to try a new approach and push past the soil a little bit. Moving out into the world, right? Doubt and fear can be present, but are they going to dominate you, or are you going to react to fear in the same way that you have before? No. King of Wands. Just look at that. Just look at this card. Like creating a whirlwind around him with, there it is, all of the support of the animal totems and his invisible wings and those antlers and the lion. The antlers, by the way, if you have any totem or in the shade of shamanism, if you just do animal speak, and when an animal presents itself, spirit is trying to tell you something, especially when we've destroyed them in their natural habitat. But so antlers are kind of like the antenna into the ethereal world. Okay? And so that's what you are relying on more and more, rather than telling yourself that it can wait. Whatever you are apprehensive about cannot wait. It will not wait for you to jumpstart it. You know, like destinies will be filled by people. Free will is at work here, and you don't want to put it off anymore. I can feel it in the collective energy of this group. You don't want to put it off anymore. So don't. Swallow your pride or your fear. Just let your divine masculine energy, I don't care if you're male, female, divine feminine, or divine masculine, we all have a blend. Okay? So that let that divine masculine energy, that ruling divine masculine energy, come out and have a say and help you do and guide you to do what it is that you really want, and apply that discipline that sucks. Following the rules of the game. Why can't it just be so easy? Why can't I just have it? Well, because the seed has to sprout, and then it has to experience a season of rain, and then maybe it fruits. Were the bees around? You know, these things take time, but the time is now. Don't wait anymore. Start with a fresh approach. All right. Thank you so much, Group 3, and thank you if you decided to take all of this reading for yourself. Ain't no shame in that game either, babies. I'm here for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me, and I love you for loving yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.